More than often, we find ourselves wondering, why is it that the older generation seems to accomplish so much more than we do? And after long thinking about it, I came up with maybe one ingredient that I think is missing in us, in our lives, that I think is a great contributor to the ability of the previous generations to accomplish so much and to go above and beyond what we are able to do today. I think that concept is called fearfulness. We are very afraid of doing things. The level of anxiety and phobias in recent generation, I think, has skyrocketed beyond belief. And like, what is it? We became such chickens, as they say. What happened? I think that one needs to understand that fear nowadays is basically a commodity. Fear is a commodity. People make money on your fears, and therefore, since they make money on your fears, those fears need to be created and fed all the time. The biggest contributors for those fears are, of course, the media. Whether it's your TV, your social medias, the Instagram, and everything like this. I mean, years ago, if something happened, let's say there was a war between China and Japan, you didn't hear about it now. Today, the situation is that sometimes even before things happen, you already hear about them. There's like a constant bombardment of news and catastrophes that increases the level of anxiousness within you to the point that you become so fearful and not fearless. We need to increase or to reintroduce fearlessness in our lives. Not to be afraid of taking chances, not to be afraid of fighting ourselves in situations and dealing with those situations. Instead of avoiding confrontation, instead of avoiding difficulties, let's just face them. When you are able to do so, you are fearless, then you're able to achieve, because you're basically free to achieve, to go in, to try, to move on, to develop, to create a better life for yourself. So you need to find out within yourself, what is the greatest fear generator within you. Most of the time, again, it's like you overwatching news, you're overwatching the Instagrams and the things and demonstrations that people do and all kind of stuff like this. Try to reduce the exposure that you have for such things, because most of the time there's nothing you can do about it. And it's there to implant fear into you, because as I explained to you before, fear is a commodity. Somebody is making money on your weaknesses. Somebody is making money, making a profit on your fears, on your anxieties, and on your phobias. So stop feeding that and start developing a sense, a mentality of being fearless, not fearful. And I really hope that once you realize that and start pointing out what are you afraid of and dealing with that, reduce the amount of nonsense, the external noise, I think you'll be able to achieve much more than you're able to think that you are. Have a great day.